Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week at Shrouded, episode 74. Woo! I'm your host tonight, AGreener. We have our guest, Mister Wrecked, and brand new to the podcast, MattCity. Let's go. Welcome.
He's got enough energy for both of us.
He does. It's perfect because one of the complaints that we got on one of the videos that we've done was we don't have enough energy and that we're totally boring. So bring all that energy.
That's crazy. Yeah, I just had to step in, bring you guys back up.
I believe this is going to be our highest viewed podcast yet.
Yep.
100%. All right, well, we got a great show for everybody today. We're going to be talking, obviously, about the stuff in the TWID, the weapon, the armor updates, the Pathfinder stuff, all that jazz. I listened to the Sony shareholders meeting or whatever the fuck it is because I thought there was a bunch of Bungie stuff in there, but turns out there's only a little bit of Bungie stuff in there. But we will talk about that as well as I forgot the word they use specifically. About Marathon. There was an article that went out saying that the sentiment around Marathon at Bungie is not great. But it's a bit of a clickbaity title. So we'll go over what's in there and talk about all that stuff today. And everything that... I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I don't think I was prepared. It's okay. It happens. I'm tired. All right. It's been a long week. First off, let's talk about Solstice. Anybody been playing Solstice?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
I
have been.
Yeah. Okay. How's your thoughts on? Well, I'll say mine first. I just want to talk about the bounty system rather than just getting infinite amounts of fucking leaves constantly for the whole time. I like it better than last year when it comes to that, and I'm just curious what your opinion is.
If you're a solo player, it sucks. It's not good. If you can play with people, friends, or are not too scared to use Fireteam Finder to do GMs, cycle your bounties to do the ones that are for GMs, then it's pretty easy. Pretty low stress. So,
yeah,
that's it.
Cool.
I took a look at it, and I just gotta say, I haven't liked a single Solstice progression since 2020. Each armor piece had cool, different, exclusive little things you had to do to progress them and get the glows up. I thought that was cool. Age of Triumph for 2020 was like the greatest part of Destiny 2, and then they just threw it in the shitter with the event cards, I don't know, whatever they did with the leaves and whatnot. All the armor's been getting worse as it's gone on. I don't think we've had a single good-looking piece since maybe 2021 with the Mohawk and stuff on the Warlocks. That was sick. We need that back. But yeah, I don't know. The armor this year, it's not really just catching my eye. Maybe it's a bit decent, but not really.
I like the armor without the glows.
Yeah,
I think the armor without the glows is great. But once again, this year, they fucked up transmog. The moment you get the white glows on the armor, you can no longer transmog the stuff without the glows. It's broken again, just like last year. So they'll probably get around to fixing it at some point. But that means I'm only going to do the transmog on one set, and it'll be probably the Warlock set. I'll only get the white glow on the Warlock set to finish the Gilding of the Seal, but...
Okay. I threw it up on screen. Just want to show everybody what we were talking about. These are the Solstice armors this year. I don't mind them too much. They are a little bit plain. They're definitely not.
I think they're way too busy. I think the glows are too busy, personally.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There's a lot of stuff on there, and I actually agree. Okay, I gotta ask. You changed your username from Cookie to Good Kid MattCity. What is? I don't want to know why or anything like that. I want to know. I don't want to say that whole thing every time. Do you like Good Kid? Do you like Matt? Do you like MattCity?
Call me Matt, bro. Because
Matt.
It was GK Matic in the server, and then everyone's calling me GK Matic, GK Matic. The whole thing. No one's calling me Matt, bro. I have to clarify every time.
All right, perfect. Just Matt, straight up. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And the reason I want to say that is because I want to say I agree what Matt said about the event cards. They're, I don't know. When they first got implemented, yes, obviously they're a bit of a cash grab. They always have been. Bungie needs to make revenue. I get it. Whatever. It's fine. It's not mandatory, but they're not making them. They're not changing them at all. It's the same fucking thing every time, and all the little things that you can earn are not worth $10. Like they're just not. I'll give them a little credit for Solstice. They changed up the formula a little bit with the bounties. And like I said, you don't have to get as many silver leaves, and change them in at the bonfire. Yada yada. That grind was boring anyway. And then I found the Titan glitch. You did 1,000,000 of them. So like it was so boring. Like I rarely do stuff like that, but that fucking grind was so boring that I went Stasis Titan, used the whole stick for the last couple of years. So it was nice. It was nice little change. It's a little bit different. I mean, I guess it sucks. You said it's terrible for solo players, but that's not really my problem. That's why I made a community, so I don't have to play solo.
Is it nice that it's different?
Well, I haven't done a lot of it yet. To be fair, it may be just as grindy and annoying as the leaves were.
It's not. It's not. It's not. Assuming you're RNG on the bounty.
Then I think it is nice. Yeah.
The parts that aren't nice is it's the fucking EAZ again for the 4,000th time. You only use like 20% of the map now. There's no running around finding chests after you're done and getting a number of chests available based off how good you do in the first section. It's literally just like kill a few spawns of ads and throw some janky balls at the fire in this very tiny corner of the map, and then every once in a while go kill some Taken that show up for no reason.
See, I find that a bonus. Like me running around for those chests is so fucking annoying. I hated that shit. That was the worst.
To be fair, I didn't even know they changed that. I didn't even get that far into Solstice. I kind of just logged on, got the quest, and kind of just said, "Oh, whatever." And
that's fair.
I liked the chest part. I thought that was a cool part of it last year and the year before, whatnot. And like obviously on the note, like you said earlier, that the glows on the armor are doing too much. I feel like it was also sort of the same thing, not really the same thing, but like in the same regard last year with like the glows did way too little because they were like under the coats, under like different folds, that it was barely there. And like it's just, I don't know, it's every other year, like 2022, the glows were all over the fucking thing, and in 2023 they're all like hidden, and 2024 like I'm like, and it's really, I feel like they need to bring more of a consistency to the quality of the armor, but also like make it look good at the same time. And I just don't think they've found that balance in a while. It's really very frustrating. And I don't think any of the guns are worth getting to. Maybe the shotgun for like PvP. It's the streets are saying it's on fire, but like, yeah, outside of that, not really too much of an interest for me.
The hand cannon is also very good for PvP.
I don't like 120s. I'm a 120 hater.
Well, it's because
140s.
120s suck right now.
120s are very meta right now, and that one can.
Oh wait, did they get good?
Yeah.
Again.
Oh. When?
120s have been very meta ever since Igneous came out with Precision Instrument.
Oh.
Okay. The only PvP 120 I have is Steady Hand, so. I used to love that gun, man. Back when they were originally meta. Anyway, no, that's some good insight on that. Yeah, absolutely. My biggest hate on Solstice in the past was how many times I had to run the EAZ. So, like, I'm fine if there's less of it, personally. Which this is. You can do bounties outside of the EAZ and get your armor, which is totally cool. You need to do the EAZ to get the glows, but if you hate the fucking glows, who gives a shit, right? Doesn't matter. You know, people are going to do it anyway, and they're going to complain about it just because they have to have everything. But it's not mandatory to get the armor this year. And
I mean, the EAZ is mandatory to get the armor that can be turned on.
I thought you just needed it for the glows.
No. You have to. The first step is getting 100 of the ingots for each of the armor pieces. Then you can pick up a bounty to actually convert those ingots to an armor piece. But the quest step to convert is dunk 20 igniters.
Okay, well that's fine. Like that's totally all you had to do. Previous years was just EAZ, 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 EAZ over and 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 over again forever. Which is probably how you guild it, which is annoying. I haven't even looked at the guild requirements yet, so it's probably going to be just as bad for me because I like to guild everything, which I will be guilding this before the end of the Solstice, but hopefully it's not that terrible. I don't know. I'm sure you've looked at the requirements. Have you? Are they terrible?
I have 2 left, and one is the 2 I'm missing is turn on the glows on all your armor, but I hate the glows on the armor. So on one character, I'll do it on the warlock eventually. I've got everything I need to do it. I just haven't yet. And then complete Trials of Osiris match or like a raid wearing the full set.
Okay. Trial seems pretty easy. You just have to complete one match wearing the armor.
I think you have to win a match or something. I don't know.
Okay. That's a little bit different for some people, but I'm sure you'd be fine with it. Chat says that you can do the dungeon as just one encounter.
Yeah, same as last year.
Yeah. Anyway. So. All right. We talked about Solstice a little bit, but we get the new bow, which is a void. Wait, hold on.
It's a void lightweight.
Yeah.
That can get destabilizing and
Repulsor brace.
repulsor brace.
Why is everyone so obsessed with that combination? Like everything can do that now. Like
because they play into each other, but it doesn't change the fact that destabilizing round still has an internal cooldown, unlike every other similar perk in the game. So it's automatically inferior to incandescent or volt shot or any of that stuff.
Yeah, that's fun. Anyway, the bow looks kind of cool. I kind of like the design, and then of course we do get. Do you have an opinion on that?
I like the bow. I think it's cool. It just I don't know the perks aside from like Archer's Tempo, Archer's Gambit, and like the destabilizing repulsor. I don't really think there's anything that crazy outside of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably get the main role, but then I'm not too worried about it. And then of course this is the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first time we have a memento in Solstice. I think
it's currently bugged, by the way.
Bugged as in
you can't get a second one.
Nice.
When you get one subsequent to the first one, they disappear into the ether.
Isn't that where they're supposed to go?
No, they're supposed to be held by Eva, but Eva has got Alzheimer's and is forgetting where she put them.
To be fair, she's been in the game way too long. We gotta replace her with someone else at this point, you know. Eerily reminiscent of something that just happened in recent news.
Jesus. All right. The Solstice shader kind of looks like shit too.
I think it's fire personally.
Do you?
I love this.
All right.
I hated the Guardian Games one. I thought the Dawning one was all right. Festival, obviously black equals cool because, you know, stupid Destiny player brain. But yeah, I think this design is pretty cool.
You know what's funny about the one for the Dawning? That new shader they put out that's got the animated ice on it looks 1,000 times better than the Memento shader. It is so much better. I mean, you have to pay silver for it, but gross. So it probably should be better. But the amount of work you had to do to get the fucking Memento in the first place for the event, it's just dumb.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is the first time you can get the Solstice Memento. It's the first one that we've done. There it is. You can see it on the screen if you're watching the video version of the podcast. Once again, chat also says it looks better on different guns than this one. So, I mean, go test it out for yourself, and maybe you'll enjoy it more than I do. Maybe I'll check it out on other guns, and I'll like it a lot.
If you want a Hawaiian shirt gun, I think it's right down your alley. It's great.
There you go. That's not. There is something I know. This isn't going to change, and I don't actually really even understand Destiny for this sense, but I don't get Like the whole point of this event is to get the Solstice armor and to get the new weapon.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to a point like Destiny 2's been out since 2017, and Armor 2.0 came out the following year, 2018.
Yep.
You could get good rolls of armor in 2018 that have not fucking changed in the least until now,
Correct.
2024.
Yes.
So my point is, I guess,
Itemization on armor is bad. Yes.
why can't Destiny add armor that has bonuses?
You mean set bonuses? People have been saying that for literally years.
Whether
Every
it
set
be
of armor in the game should have a set bonus that is probably related to where you got it, where it comes from.
That would be fine too. But at least if it was something that if you put it on and you used it, there's a benefit to using that stuff. Like I don't understand why so many people will come back. Like, oh, gotta get that armor. Why? You're not gonna wear it. You're gonna wear the fucking Eververse shit that you spent real money on. And then if not, you are gonna wear the Solstice armor for how long? A week? And then you switch off of it into something else? Like, how is it not gotten to a point 6 years later? It's been 6 years since 2.0 came out. I guess that they did add Artifice armor at one point, which made armor a little bit more different.
But it was the same problem. You spend one solid weekend farming duality back in the day, and you were done with armor for the rest of Destiny.
Yeah. I'm just, I don't know, having a hard time. Like I used to love the old MMO grind. I've said this on the podcast before, but you get that fucking leg piece that's got all that cool shit on it, and you're just like, it's the only place in the game you can get it, and you have like a fucking 2% chance. You have to run the raid like 700 times. But once you get it, you feel so fucking good, and it's so powerful, and it's amazing. Jesus Christ, Matt.
What?
Nothing.
No. I get what you're saying though. Don't some sets have like that bonus? Like I know the Dreaming City one used to have it, right? Like Riven's Blessing or whatever. I don't know. I never used them. But
there are some armors that have that do have a set bonus. Yeah.
I feel like they tried to do that with like origin traits on armor and whatnot through seasons and like obviously raids and stuff. But like those benefits, I feel are so exclusive to like those activities and raids and whatnot that they just don't really matter in the end. Like I think all my sets are from like maybe Defiance and Deep, and I don't even notice anything from them because they don't do anything.
I don't even think I don't think it's actually a problem of I just lost my train of thought. I don't think it's a problem of whether or not the sets are doing anything. It's a problem of whether or not the sets are doing anything that's actually worthwhile or meaningful or that can influence build crafting, right? Because the seasonal stuff always gives you like extra rep or some shit for the seasonal vendor. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Honestly, but they should give you. Right? They should give you actual meaningful damage. Like if a particular set of armor gave you a 15% damage bonus against fallen enemies, there would be times where you would want to add that if it added multiplicatively with other bonuses, right?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. For example, like when you were just saying that, I was thinking like 10% damage in grenades, something of that nature. Like it doesn't have to be crazy; it could be anything. And you know how much that changes build crafting when, just for example, say arms can get all arms, no matter what they are, maybe, or you can do specific builds, whatever. It doesn't matter. But say there's 10 perks that arms can get. You know how much that changes the grinding. Like you need to get a good roll for stats and the perk that you want. Like it would explode exponentially. People would actually be interested in grinding out a piece of armor every time there's a Solstice event or a fucking whatever you call that, dawning or whatever it is. Have those armors have like one extra perk that people are gunning for, something good, so they actually have a reason to grind those armors. Like. Do something other than, oh, here's another look armor. if you need it for whatever, the stats aren't any better. You'll never wear it. You can turn on transmog for it if you really like the way it looks. Like, oh, so dumb.
I know this is going to be a hot take for some people, but this is why Armor with elemental affinities was better than Armor 2.0. Armor 2.0 just made it easy to set up your armor, get your one set, and never have to deal with it again. But the itemization that was built into the elemental armor, where only certain mods can go on certain armor, that it maybe was a little too restrictive. They could have adjusted that rather than just get rid of the whole system altogether.
You might be right, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I kind of forgot about that even. It was so long ago now. Anyway, I think, I don't know, and Armor should have, they have to look into something like that. Perk is pretty much, oh yeah. Yeah, anyway, so it'd be nice. It'd be nice if that's something they'd look into. Armor 3.0. Let's bring it back. But based on our conversation last week, they'll be putting less resources into Destiny moving forward. So
yeah, I'm about to say, I'm sure they're gonna get right on top of creating whole new systems for Armor in Destiny 2 at this point.
Woo!
They fuck around, have to bring back war mine cells to, replace some of the stuff they can't do. I wouldn't be surprised.
There's a rumor going around that Riot is looking to do an FPS MMO looter game.
Oh shit! Maybe we'll have to switch.
They're hiring development staff.
Destiny
right now.
killer? No way. That's like the 10th one. Holy, Destiny's so done for.
Well, one of them has to eventually kill Destiny, right?
No. Destiny's gonna kill itself. That was always how it was going to be.
No, Warframe's been eating at Destiny. I've seen a lot of people I know play Destiny that are hopping on Warframe, and I think it's crazy because I'd never play that shit. But like, maybe it was the Destiny killer.
Think you're right. I've been on Twitter a lot. Well, I'm always on Twitter a lot because I'm trying to stay in the cool sphere of kids, Anyway, there is a lot of content creators, Destiny content creators, that are playing Warframe, and the sentiment is, why didn't you guys tell me this game was this good? And I'm like, this game fucking sucks, and it's a grind fest that's worse than Destiny.
The game is not good. The only reason the content creators like it is because it's a new juicy pot of content for their audiences that may not be watching Warframe players already. The game is just as solved as Destiny is. The only difference is the company that behind it continues to put out new content, right?
Bro,
new meaningful content.
Why didn't BioWare make Anthem good? That game had the potential to kill Destiny. What the fuck?
Well, didn't they drop Anthem? Anthem was EA, right?
Yeah, but it was BioWare.
Yeah, didn't they drop it right after Apex and just got completely overshadowed or something like that? I don't know.
It came out in February. I think Apex probably did too. But I mean, they're two very different genres.
Yeah. Everyone was hopping on Apex because, Battle Royale! And everyone, they drop Anthem right after. It's play Anthem. And everyone's still on Apex.
Well, to be fair, the gameplay mechanics and a lot of the stuff was really cool in Anthem, but their end game just shit the bed.
I didn't play it, to be fair. So
there was imagine Destiny's end game was 3 Nightfalls. That's Anthem.
Anthem wasn't a Destiny killer, right? You can't. People make all these comparisons between the live service games when they're not remotely similar to one another. They don't play the same. Like, people keep saying, and on Twitter, people keep saying, go to Warframe if you're tired of Destiny. It's not the same experience. It doesn't play the same. And Anthem didn't play the same either. The only 2 looters out there that play the same is Warframe and the First Descendant, or Last Descendant, First Descendant, whatever it is. And that's only because First Descendant is a fucking copy. It's a copy of Warframe with Destiny icons put on it. That's what it is. That's the whole game.
That's true.
I didn't even play it, to be fair.
It's just Warframe with more fan service. That's all it is.
People are saying it's good too. It's fun.
It's not. It's no better than Warframe. It's fucking cope.
Warframe sucked.
People who are going to stream this shit are going to say it's good. They're going to try to make people watch it by saying this is good content. Come watch my shit. Your game is boring as fuck. Listen, Mactix, I know you've been streaming a lot of Warframe lately. You've been saying how good it is. The game is fucking slow and boring. That's it. And once you've gotten into it with some friends and you realize that 99% of Warframe players play the game in a way to purposefully skip all the content just so they can get to the end, You're gonna get super boring. It's literally an entire game of nothing but fucking speedrunners. Everything you must speedrun. How quickly can I get this 2-hour thing done? Can I get it done in 5 minutes? That's the method I'm gonna use.
I hope they see this one. I hope they see this and really take this criticism to heart.
Yep, and they changed their entire game based on it.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Don't
Anyway,
put you in the credits.
When I played Warframe, it's probably like 4 years ago now. But yeah, its onboarding system is pretty bad because I had no fucking idea what was going on. So I guess similar to Destiny. Anyway, it was so annoying that I never played it. Which is
got
probably
a cool story. Warframe has some cool systems in it, but the majority of the game is just fucking bullet jumping past enemies. I know because I played it. I played a lot of Warframe.
Yeah. I was told the whole point of it was the momentum. That's the whole point of the game.
Momentum control reference. Oh my god, literally copying Destiny 2.
If you pay very close attention to the game as you're playing it, you'll see a lot of weird shit though that will be pretty off-putting. Like because you're in that third-person view, and if you actually pay attention to how your character moves around the environment, they're literally just fucking ice skating everywhere. Like you take a step and it's like you took 5 steps because of how much your character slides around. It's really disconcerting if you watch it. It works because of how fast-paced the game is, but when you slow down the game a little bit or they use that engine for something else, like Soulframe, if you go and watch the Soulframe preview they did out there, it's got that same kind of weird slidey momentum in a slower-paced game, and it looks fucking weird as shit, dude. No. I'm actually hoping they get their shit together on Soulframe because I could play another fantasy MMO depending on what their grind looks like.
All right, let's move on from this. TLDR, Warframe is different than Destiny. If you want to leave Destiny, that's fine. Just don't tell us how good Warframe is on Twitter because we don't care.
Also,
I don't care anyway. Also, you're wrong. Also, because you're wrong. I might try the first sentence though. I'll probably hate it. So, but
Greener just wants to watch an anime mecha girl with no pants and a thong run around.
Doesn't it cost like $100 though?
I mean, or you can spend a bunch of your time to get it unlocked.
I don't have time.
Projection.
So $100. Right. I did see that skin and I'm like, holy shit. And I did play Stellar Blade, so you all know that I'm into the TNA.
You played the entire thing in a fucking teddy bear costume as soon as you got it. What do you mean, TNA? You couldn't have been any more covered up.
Sorry. I liked it. It reminded me of Cuddle Team Leader. Matt should know that.
What do you mean by that? What are you trying to say?
It's a Fortnite reference.
Interesting.
It's a Fortnite reference. Stop being weird. Is that not your favorite skin? Cuddle Team Leader?
What?
I love it. It's my favorite skin in Fortnite. 100%.
Don't put that shit on me, bro. But, yeah, let's stop talking about games I've never played. I don't care about this mid.
Okay, hold on. I'll show you all the outfit that I played the entire Stellar Blade game in.
I've seen it.
I know you have. I'm talking to the viewers.
Greener trying to push his furry agenda on everybody.
Oh, that reminds me. I have something to tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Which one is it? This one. All right. So I played all of Stellar Blade in this outfit.
Word. No, that's kind of cool though.
I loved it. To be fair, you had to play. You could only get this on your second playthrough. So the first playthrough, I had a different color teddy bear. The second playthrough, I got the pink one. So the first playthrough, I did it in a brown bear. I like brown bear. Anyway, there you go. Now you've seen it. Now you know what type of stuff I like. So what that reminded me of is I got a message on Steam yesterday. Let me see what it was.
About to tell us that he downloaded Furry Lust.
That's a pretty close guess. So the message I got on Steam was on August 7th. It says right here, you received a gift from Rather Fancy Cat.
I know what game this is, or I don't even need to hear anything else. I just know what kind of game it is already.
So I clicked this game, or I clicked this, and I'm like, what did he send me? How do you look at view gift? I don't know how to look at this on my phone. Oh, no, these are all the gifts that I sent out. Hold on a second. Oh my god, this is annoying. Here, I have to open it on my desktop because I don't remember the name of the game. Sorry.
Oh, Lord. Why did I put that in the Steam search bar?
What did you put in the Steam search bar?
I wanted to just quickly read off something to you. So there was a time where, way back in the DGen days, one particular person got into playing the adult games, right? And the moment he started rating them, they started showing up in everybody's recommended. And that started a trend of buying these games and gifting them to each other to see who would take them. And I found this one called Furry Lust that's a puzzle game, right? And its number one selling feature is one-handed gameplay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I check your Steam profile. I'll see 30 hours, all achievements completed, I assume.
No, not me. Not me. Whenever one of those came my way, I was very quick to be like, return this gift. Refuse this gift. Thank you. Do I want to play Only Fuck? I do not, in fact, want to play the game called Only Fuck.
Where the fuck do you find where this person sent you a fucking...
Should be in notifications.
View notifications. View all. You received a gift. But it just brings me to my inventory and it doesn't show me the gift.
Did you accept the game?
No, I did not.
Come on, Greener.
Okay, I just want to remember what it was called. Maybe I did accept it. No, I didn't. Fuck, let me find it! Chat! Help!
Chat is not going to help you go through the degenerate section of your Steam library.
This is really dumb and annoying. I don't like it. Oh well. Anyway, it was a furry porn game. I don't know the name of it anymore.
Yeah, I already figured. Knowing that guy, I'm not surprised.
That sounds on brand.
You were talking about Cuddle Team Leader earlier. Gatto's like Goon Team Leader. I don't...
Goon Team Leader. Hold on. I'm trying to find the name of it. No, it wasn't that one. Furry Love. That's what it's called. I'm pretty sure. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one.
Shall we get into weapon and armor tuning details?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, absolutely.
I love patch notes, yeah!
Jesus. All right. Anything of any note? I read through it, but did not care. I saw that Dead Man's Tale got a 30% damage buff. That was cool.
In PvE, but I still probably won't use it.
Yeah, probably not.
They took away... They put a speed limiter on jumping with Mountaintop. It's pretty bad now.
Yeah. Some people are begging to take it back off.
I saw the Twitter post about that and what he was doing. I didn't even understand what what he was even trying to do.
So the more grenades you place down with Mountaintop, if you put a bunch of them down in one spot and then let them explode, they'll set each other off, and you'll get you used to get much more air than you could otherwise. It's now barely moving you at all.
Yeah, but can you still do the jump and then shoot down and then fire up?
Yes, but you barely get any boost off of it.
I wonder why they turned it off so much.
Well, I mean, this is the same company that reportedly, from some of the ex-employees, wanted to shut down well in shatter skating all the way back down in Lightfall. In fact, it was something they were developing, but the customer care team convinced them to stop what they were doing. They were going to take skating out of the game entirely.
That'd be pretty dumb.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I don't use it very often, but I know the speedrun community uses it, and the speedrun community is probably a good chunk of why high-end players are still interested in your game. So you probably shouldn't alienate them by removing skating.
Yeah. Because obviously, like, the speedrunner is going to be like, "Oh, Bungie's so stupid for making this change," and you're going to see some brain dead casual with a blue check mark replying, "It's like, ha, you stupid speedrunners can't even play without this function. Like, go enjoy regular content like the rest of us." And it's fucking like the whole community is like, I don't know. It's really, you can't appease them all, and I think that's annoying. But obviously, it's understandable that you can't appease them all. But yeah, some of these people just need to, be smarter.
All right, I resent the blue checkmark comment, though.
Oh, yeah?
It's not.
Yes. We're not all ignorant idiots, Some of us. Anyway, whatever. I hate Twitter. I hate Elon, but you get more discoverability when you give them money. So, sorry. It's all about Shrouded and its health. I don't care. But I do get really annoyed when if somebody will post something that I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool opinion, pretty cool. Someone in their chat with a blue check mark or in their comments will say, oh, you're a fucking idiot, you moron, blah blah blah, go kill yourself. And then everybody below is just like, it's always the blue check marks. And I'm like, god damn it, stop making me look bad. It pisses me off. When it first came out, no matter what I said, well, it's ironic because when I used to do the whole be super nice to Bungie thing and people would call me out constantly. Mm-hmm. When the blue checkmark thing was new, that was all they sent. Were the memes like the mannequin that was crying and the other one pointing at it and be like, this motherfucker has a blue checkmark. That's constantly. I got so many of those memes every time I said, oh, don't worry about the bug in your game, Bungie. You're doing great. Keep it up, or some shit like that. Every fucking time it was just like, oh, shut up, blue checkmark, or it's like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter what you say as long as somebody disagrees with you. It's because you have a blue checkmark. Because most of the time it'll be people that are being ignorant and rude, because it's associated with people that like Elon Musk. Anyway,
see, I like the fact that you have a blue check mark, because then you start posting like essays about the game, and I just read those and laugh. So
I don't post any essay about Destiny. I barely know anything about it.
Quite a
I don't know. I don't remember anything, but I'm old, so
anyway,
I don't remember things.
The only other tuning that's important is they took all the penalties off of depth weapon mods. Smile. Hooray, if you have them. Good for you. You don't have any penalties on using them anymore.
Why wouldn't you have them? Hey, I was just talking about you, Gato, and your gift. Thanks for sending it to me.
Alrighty, and on to Armour now.
Okay, fair enough. Hope you like my love, your furry love. All right, on to Armour. Can we talk about the conditional finality buff first?
The nerf?
That's what. Did I say buff?
You said buff.
I meant nerf.
The 15 handling doesn't change anything. The change to not being able to freeze people in a well of radiance is a heavy blow to the gun, because that's one of the reasons people are using it, is to counter that particular super. But it was a bug the entire time. It was never supposed to affect people that were in a well of radiance. So it is what it is. You just have to shoot the sword instead, because you can freeze and shatter the sword instead.
Okay, fair enough. I saw a lot of people complaining about it, so I thought I'd bring it up.
What are we supposed to do about now in Trials? Merge?
Well, I was going to reply to him with, I don't know, just a Blade Barrage super icon or something, but I decided not to, because then I figured people would call me blue checkmark and tell me I suck, because that's what everyone does.
When's the last time you stepped into Trials anyway?
Last time I played Trials, I can't even remember.
Trials report. Let's see this. I'm kidding, but yeah. No, I can.
Anyway,
See, I'm looking at those like future weapon and armor like tuning because they were saying they might be buffing some stuff like Huckleberry, Bad Juju, Prospector, classic weapons, and they might be buffing stuff like Slideways, Iron Banner perks, Master of Arms because those nerfs they killed it, and they're giving us a mod rework. Ooh, I'm looking forward to that.
with
No
10
more
additional mods.
Yeah. It's not like we only used maybe 3 of the available mods.
It'll be good if they're useful, like if they're actually usable. Yes, upcoming changes, those were really good. I do like the concept of them adding 10 new mods, but didn't they just like remove 10 mods like less than a month and a half ago? Did they not? They did. Final Shape. They got rid of all the damage. Like they got rid of a bunch of mods.
They
like
got rid of a couple of mods. Yes.
Oh my god, a couple. Jesus, it was like 5.
Yeah, but they worked all that damage back into the guns.
Yeah, I get that, but I just thought it's funny that they're like, "Oh, we're gonna remove all these mods," and then everyone was like, "Okay," and now they're like, "Oh, here's 10 more." I'm down for it. I think it's funny that the route they go in developing, it's definitely a zigzag.
The other thing that happened with all these weapon modifications is that some of their fixes had some unintended things happen that people were not super hype on. So when they changed the reserves mod situation, if somebody's running around, they also fixed the thing with Cascade Point and Envious Assassin, right? If you swap off of Cascade,
I heard that it sucks
Cascade, it takes your Envious ammo. But if you switch from like scav mods to surge mods on your armor, it also strips all your Envious ammo right off of your GL. It all just disappears. It goes back down to a normal magazine. So that's what people were more complaining about, and that started a whole back and forth of, well, just leave your surge mods on the entire time, and then people telling people that they were bad for doing that, which I enjoyed quite a bit. I really enjoy it when the content creators that make like build content and stuff, then instantly, the moment someone disagrees with them, they're just like, "You suck at the game, you stupid shitter, you fucking Jim, stop playing."
Even though they're like
shit, dude,
top 0.5% of the players.
No, yeah, because I saw what you were referencing because I know G Miners posted how like
he absolutely did. He's the worst one.
No, I understand. I like agree with what he was talking about. Like that change is kind of horrible. Just losing those envious and reconstruction stacks because like they do the same thing now. But like the guy who replied saying, "Me who doesn't switch anything mid damage phase or during an encounter because I can make do with my loadout prior to starting an activity." Like your experience should not be like translated to everyone else. Everyone plays the game differently. Obviously, maybe you're not in the same skill level as like say G miners, but like I don't think you should be calling people autistic ADHD players for like not doing what you do. But I think someone called him a stupid burger troglodyte and said kicked from the LFG on hour 4 for running T-Lord double primary, and I thought that was pretty insightful comment. But yeah, just a lot of annoying
it's obviously
clashes
a bug with the armor mods. I'm sure it's not intending to take away people's Envious Assassin and reconstruction stacks, so I'm sure it'll be fixed at some point. But it was enjoyable to watch the back and forth.
I thought that was great information. Thank you for that exchange. Yeah. I don't have an opinion. I don't switch my mods mid boss fight, so it's whatever. I'm that guy, but I also understand why it sucks when people are utilizing this stuff. Again, it is a small portion of the community that's really doing that stuff, but they're the people that are getting other people to play your game. Like these are the big content creators that are doing the build content, the solos, all this stuff, and they're utilizing all this stuff, and they're barely completing some of this, solo witness or whatever, and then something that they're using gets nerfed because less than 1% of the community is actually using it to try to do something cool. Like, why? You're saying it's probably a bug. Hopefully it's a bug, but it's not the first time they've definitely nerfed other things that people were utilizing for solo NES back in the day.
It doesn't make
and
any sense how it's the mods that are changing that are affecting the ammo are affecting the ammo. It's not even shit on the gun, so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
got to be a bug. It can't be intentional. It would be stupid if it was intentional.
Either way, both sides of the argument, they're always got the most extreme on one side. Sometimes you got the content creators that are just like, oh, if you don't play this way, you suck. And then you do have the people that are in the comments that's like, oh, you don't need to change. It's like, well, you guys are playing two different games in reality, so maybe don't make the comment, and also don't call out the casual for being casual. They're both rude on both sides. Anyway, so you're making your content for the casual, in theory, because they want to learn to become you, right? I don't know. I'll never be that good. I can't play video games good anymore. I'm too slow.
I know. I'm washed too. I fell off.
I just try to. I realized the other day when I was streaming during the 24-hour stream at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was trying to do solo Warlord's Ruin, and I couldn't get the damage, like the damage rotation with the hunter and the strand and the melees, and like I would only get like 15% of the health instead of like punch him twice like the content creators could do, and he just died instantly. And I'm like, I can't do it, chat.
We tried to explain to you what you were doing wrong, and you were just fucking ignoring us.
I was tired. Leave me alone.
You didn't even have the build on to do what you were trying to do, yet you were still kind of sort of trying to do it.
What else did I? What else do you need?
You literally had none of the pieces on.
Oh, I mean, I had liars on, right?
You had none of the shit you needed. Your build was not set up for it at all.
Is this allegation true, Greener? I don't watch your stream.
I have no idea. They may have said that. But what other stuff could you possibly put? Like, I put all the damage perks and modifiers on.
There is a specific build you had to use in order to proc that. You didn't even have the right super on. You had to have tether on in order to make it work, and you didn't even have tether
Isn't
on.
It what tractor cannon does? Like,
no.
See,
no,
I don't know. I don't know how to play this game. Obviously,
correct. But that's okay.
Like, I thought it just provided the weakness buff. Like, you know.
No. Mm-mm.
What does tractor do that's so much different than tether?
It's a mix of having a bunch of enemies tethered around you and also proccing surrounded on some stuff and proccing a bunch of different things. You were also killing a bunch of ads around you all the time that you weren't supposed to be killing in order to get it to work.
Oh,
so,
whatever. Fuck that shit. It should be easier than that. I want it to be easy. I'm old. I can't do all that shit.
Yeah, you want the game to cater to you, you fucking casual. Like,
shut up. I never complained when I couldn't beat Salvation's Edge day one.
You did complain when you couldn't one phase the first boss of Warlord's Ruin and had to like 8 phase him.
Leave me alone. All right. It's because I 3-phased him on a fucking Titan, and I'm just mad that I can't do the same thing on a Hunter because it's unfair.
Everything was rebalanced since you 3-phased him on a Titan. It's not
it was only like 3 weeks earlier. It wasn't that long, or it wasn't that long ago. It was only like a month before Final Shape dropped.
Yeah, but in Final Shape, they did all the rebalancing.
Okay, whatever. Cool. Anyway, yes, I suck at the game. Chat. There. I've been exposed live on This Week at Shrouded, episode 74. Mark it in a book somewhere. The day that everybody found out that I'm bad at Destiny, but already knew because people have watched me play it live on stream.
So anyway, they're updating Pathfinder to make sure you're getting all the bright dust you used to be able to get.
Yes, I saw that they're talking about Pathfinder feedback in the weekly bright dust. They fixed that concept. They've been seeing our feedback on how they think it in the Pale Heart. In the Pale Heart, there's been positive feedback, but the Ritual playlist, it hasn't been super positive, so they're looking into it. That's better than not saying anything. They did say they have adjusted it a little bit on the fly. I haven't really
they-
noticed because I haven't.
They
been paying
changed a
attention.
bunch of the requirements and whatnot because like the specific like subclass verb stuff like arc blind, void, suppression, or whatever, and they just never worked. So they just got rid of all that, thankfully.
Mm. Do you
Many
still
such
have to
cases-
play all three to get through one full?
I mean, not necessarily. I've had like some Vanguard, just Vanguard, some Vanguard and a bit of Gambit, some a bit of both, you know. But
Maybe that's what they've changed up a little bit.
Sometimes
because
to do the entire Vanguard, you got to do kind of a little. You got to meander a little bit on that path to get to the end. But
yeah, that's
could book
fine
the
as long
hall
as you
would be a
can
way to
do
do it.
this. But like for the first week or two, it was you were just completely blocked by Gambit and Crucible or Vanguard, for example, if you want to do all Crucible. And that people didn't like that, and they still don't. So I think they should just make a Vanguard one, a Gambit one, and a Crucible one. Seems easy enough.
that would have
right?
made sense. But
Like you only have to make like, I don't know, 100 different objectives, and then just have a randomizer put it in for everybody every time they complete it. Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
you gotta
And
get
then
people playing your game modes, though. You know, like gotta make them show that, like, oh, Gambit's not dead. Look, people are playing them, but they're playing them for Pathfinder. Like, so.
Look, if you want Gambit to be good, just offer people $10 for every game they play.
Like I said it before, all these blueberries in Gambit ruining my games because they're doing their shitty Pathfinder triumphs. Like, come on! Like, I'm
that's
here to
so
win.
true.
You're here just to get your like bright dust or XP or whatever. Like,
have any
That's
of you
why you should
actually,
group up
like,
with 3 other members of Shrouded Souls.
have either of you, other than trying to do a seasonal challenge, ever even looked at the Pathfinder and tried to do the path? Because I haven't. Like, I might
tried
check
to
it once a week near the end of the week to see what things I've gotten
made it.
done just by playing and see if there's some easy shit to do just to
I do it a
finish
couple
it
times a
out.
week.
But I
Earth
never
Tentacles,
look at
yeah.
it to plan what I'm gonna do to get from one end to the other. Not once.
I look at it just to plan, see like what the best thing, what I would prefer to do, and then I just kind of do that.
Okay.
I open it every once in a while when I'm just waiting for like a strike to load or a nightfall to load, and see if there's a path I can take. But so far, I've never gotten through a path. Like I hate switching from Vanguard to Crucible to Gambit because of the
Streak
the
system.
the
The
streak,
streak
system.
system.
Yeah.
Why would I
Um,
skip out of this when there's a streak system in place?
So I've been looking. I look at it every once in a while to see if there's a path that I can take that's just Vanguard. And so far for me, there never has been. So
There's been one for me like twice. Usually it's just like 4 Vanguard, 1 Gambit. So
yeah, well,
I've been blessed.
you're a lucky guy.
I know.
All right, what else we got in here? They did drop a Bungie wrap-up message for Bungie Day fundraiser. They raised $2.337 million, which is a lot of money. So that's pretty cool. And something I didn't know, I thought this all went to the Little Light program, but I don't know if I read it on here or somewhere else. But this also, they donate money to the Wish Foundation, the Children's Wish Foundation. So that was pretty cool. I thought that was neat. Because I like the Children's Wish Foundation. And I don't raise money for it at all. So it's nice to know that I kind of did. In a roundabout way.
All right.
Word.
Anyway. It doesn't all go to the Little Lights. All right, was there anything else in here that's worth talking about? Let me double check. I guess we never talked about any of the armor stuff, but it wasn't super big or anything, right?
No.
I think the only big thing that I saw people talk about was the getaway artist stuff, but that was really it.
No longer grants energy on Arc Soul hit while players devour active. Okay, well I don't play Warlock, so is that a big deal?
I guess it is. I don't know. I don't
in the
use,
armor that's a big deal personally.
I haven't used getaway artist since like 2022, so.
Jeez, that's like half your life. It's not that long ago.
Okay, that's really funny.
I'm old. All right. Sorry. Okay. That's it for this week at Destiny. We can quickly talk about what Sony said in their investor call. Like I said, I didn't hear a lot. lot of stuff. I did kind of zone out a few times when they were talking about the entertainment part of the thing and the da thing of the thing. But what did you want to say? You said, I mean,
it's nothing. It's nothing we didn't already know or surmise. Bungie is now Sony's bitch proper.
mm-hmm.
Every other Bungie project is being absorbed by Sony, which means ironically, fuck you, Xbox. You're not getting any of this shit. Even if that was Bungie's plan to begin with.
It was.
You know, Destiny 2 and Marathon is all Bungie has. Better not fuck it up. By the way, we're gonna leave Pete Parsons in charge because he's been doing such a great job. Good business decision, Sony. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Look, I like Sony. I like the stuff they make. It's really good. It feels like this. Yeah, I don't know what. There must be stuff going on that we don't know about for Sony to go, oh yeah, let's leave Pete in charge. There's gotta be. There has to be. They're not idiots. They've raised one of the biggest gaming conglomerates on the planet. Second only to probably what was Activision before they got bought. Like maybe EA. So top 3. They know what they're doing. So there's just got to be something that they're like, okay, things are looking fine. We just need to kind of restructure just a little bit. And Pete's been doing a fine job. Let's keep him in place. Either that or he's got the most ironclad fucking contract known to man. And basically, short of murdering somebody in the Bungie building, that man cannot be fired.
Bro, I just want them to pull the trigger on Destiny 3 already. Just put Destiny 2 away, take it out to the pasture, put a bullet in its head, give us Destiny 3, restart this shit, and let's move on.
I think Matt wants Destiny 3.
Destiny? Are we serious? Can we be so for real right now?
Like, I want Destiny 3, 100%.
I was talking to my great friend Love Train earlier, and he was telling me like he doesn't think there should be a Destiny. He didn't even think it should be a Destiny 2. I think Destiny 1 was like cool the way it is, but you know, I say Destiny 2 where it's at. I think it's not great, but like decent standpoint for the series. You know, kind of just leave it at Destiny 2. Put all like the cool stuff back into, you know, get everything back in. All those reprised raids that are peak and like, you know, better than everything else. And all like maybe that one old D1 raid that like I don't know if anyone knows it, Wrath of the Machine. I don't know, the only one they ever brought back. But like yeah, just bring all that stuff back. Just center Destiny 2 as like just the whole middle of the franchise. You know, obviously because it's supposed to be the sequel, but it's got everything else in it at this point, so it's big enough. So why not just put everything back in, leave it at that, just cement it as Destiny 2. Heck, maybe even call it Destiny again. I don't know. But I think this is just a good place to sort of leave the series of games.
Okay. That's a great opinion. I don't agree with it, but it's totally fine. We're allowed to disagree. I'm 100% on board for D3. And part of the reason for that is everything you said is great. And you can do all that. And D2 can still go. But you can still make another game and still have D2. And I saw something in the chat that said, imagine we lose all the raids again. Well, no, you still have Destiny 2 if you want to play said raids. You don't have to stop playing Destiny 2 because Destiny 3 comes out. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're so far away from Destiny 3 now. If all the rumors and everything is true, it's not even a thought in anybody's mind. Maybe Sony at this point, seeing all the talk about it, can just go. Maybe that new studio that the 180 Bungie members are going to is going to start production on a Destiny 3 or a Destiny sequel of some sort. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just going to go do something else. Who knows? Who cares? Well, I care. But the reason I specifically wouldn't mind a Destiny 3 in the works and releasing sometime in the next few years is because you get to a certain point with a game that you have, and only a few games in the world have beaten this aspect out. But Destiny 2, you sell 10 million copies, right? Every expansion, that number goes down. It doesn't go up. If you want those 10 million people back, you have to make a sequel. That's just how it works. That's So if you want more players in the game, that's what you got to do. There's no way around it. It's that simple. You've lost 5 million of them. They're never coming back, no matter how many expansions you make.
If we were going to get a new engine and we were going to be able to kick all of the legacy console folks out of the game, I'd be so for it. And you know what? For all the people that are nostalgic for the other games, remaster Destiny 1, include it in this new Destiny. Don't even call it Destiny 3. Just call it Destiny. Bring back all the D1 shit. Be able to play those campaigns. Remaster them. Throw them in there, kind of like Master Chief Collection. Do it for fucking Destiny 2 shit, all the way starting from Red War. Be able to drop that shit in and install it, and then kick it off when you're done with it, just like you can with the Master Chief Collection for Halo, and then have the new stuff going forward. That I'd be fine with that. I don't mind regrinding for stuff personally. I think it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Interesting point, Bungie Shield number 2. Me personally, I don't think like just all the content that they've released over the years, obviously it's kind of driven people away because it's just so much to do, obviously, and all the sort of changes that they're making to a lot of stuff. Taking all the old stuff away was obviously pretty not well received change, and just another changes, all the stuff that happened with like Bungie leadership before Final Shape, and everyone's saying like, oh, I'm not buying Final Shape, I'm never buying any Destiny, I'm never buying anything from Bungie ever again, like, and just I don't know, they obviously, I think positive improvements to Destiny 2 from here on could be better for the game than say a Destiny 3. I mean, Destiny 3 was never even planned in the first place, and I think for good reason, but like yeah, I just like what I said before, as well as just more positive handling of the game by Bungie and our good car-loving friend, Mr. Parsons, and just yeah, that's essentially.
If the first content release after these episodes is good, then I will be on board with that opinion. It all comes down to whether or not the first of these smaller content releases feels like it's worthwhile and not a waste of fucking time.
Yeah, it's not looking that way, unfortunately.
That is.
Well, we don't know yet. We have no idea.
I have a great feeling of
gander at the
doom
leaks.
when I think about content drop coming up.
Taking a gander at the leaks of what's coming up. It's not the best.
As long as I get a raid, I don't care. Give me a raid. I could care less about story. Lore and Destiny sucks anyway.
He says, the man says, give me a raid. How many times have you edged so far?
I don't. None of your business.
Like, is it actually 3 times? I thought it was only going to be like twice. Like once.
I've only edged 3 times. I'm about to edge a 4th time.
Yeah, nice. Congrats.
But, yeah.
Greener, do you have more than 1 completion?
Yes.
Do you have more than 2 completions?
Yes.
Do any of these completions happen to be without Grim Reaper?
No. You don't even know my numbers. Stop looking up my raid report.
Fuck, how did you know I was looking up your raid report?
Probably only 1 AGreener out there. You don't even need the fucking numbers.
1 clear with Thunder, Brook, Static, Love Train. Yep. All I needed to see.
I've been busy, man. Leave me alone.
I get it. I've been busy too. I don't know, like.
Give me a raid.
I'm actually not a huge fan of Salvation's Edge, to be honest. I think the first 3 encounters are so repetitive and fucking boring. It's crazy.
I like the first.
I like doing 1 of them each time, but then when I have to do 3 of them in a row every fucking time, it's like, whew. You're right. I'm looking at chat a lot today. I apologize for that. We're not supposed to, but Static mentioned I don't think they can sell just a raid. You're absolutely 100% right. They can't, because only about 11 to 15% of Destiny players raid. So they would die if they tried to do that. You need a small campaign. You need some strikes, and you need a raid and some Crucible maps, and that would keep most people that play the game pretty happy.
Bro, if there's a story that takes, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours to complete in a content drop, maybe on the low end 4, but they give you a new Crucible map and a new strike every content drop, I would be perfectly fine. Because that would be more than we fucking get right now sometimes when content drops happen.
I love time-gated content. I love failsafe. I love frogs. So just such good content.
Don't get me started on the frogs, dude. I was fine with the frog with getting the frog, but then she sends you on another mission to kill 100 fucking Vex so that they don't accidentally stomp on the frog's friends. What the shit, failsafe? Why am I doing this step? What is this busy work WoW bullshit? I'm
Anyway,
surprised you didn't have to escort a frog as part of the mission and keep it from dying.
Ironically, and sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I don't know what I was saying.
I was just gonna say, ironically, you mentioned WoW, and earlier I was saying there's only been a few games that have been able to keep their player base up without releasing a sequel, and World of Warcraft was one of them. But you were making fun of its quest system. It works. So
If you're into that kind of game, it absolutely does work. But WoW also does. WoW, as the game
does a lot
goes
of
on,
other stuff. Yeah,
they absolutely 100% invalidate old gear. Like, it is not useful anymore. There's no point for you to do it. To the point that when you start a new character now, it's very easy for you to just level skip all of the old content and just go straight to the new content, right? Because they know nobody wants to play that shit. There's no reason to do grinding there. All
It's
the
funny
grinding
because
is now in the new content.
every time I restart WoW, I start from the beginning, and I never get to the new content. Like, I've restarted WoW every year. I'm just like, let me do a new character, see if I can get, and like I never get to like the Mist of Pandaria content, which is like 5 years old at this point. I've never done any content beyond that because I always give up again before I even get to it.
Now, if Bungie comes out and says we're releasing this new content, and we're just absolutely fucking invalidating this whole swath of gear, Destiny players would once again lose their fucking minds. You said you're never gonna sunset shit again. Well, listen, the game can't go on forever without invalidating old gear. It cannot happen because eventually there's nowhere for the gear to grind to power creep up to, right? Anyway.
I just looked it up. You're gonna love this, Greener. Apparently, World of Warcraft is older than I am.
Oh well, it was released in 2003. I'm pretty sure.
I looked November 2004. Older than me by 5 months.
You know what? It still looks like it was released in 2003 and still has a huge player base.
Oh, it's got a huge player base. The most played MMO in the world. Even Final Fantasy 14 hasn't been able to catch up to it.
Just casually playing a PlayStation 2 game for 20 fucking years.
I love that game. Like, to be fair, if I had the time to play World of Warcraft, I'd play World of Warcraft. I always liked it. The only reason I ever quit playing it was because I just simply did not have time to play it. It was just too much. Too much to get anything done. Now, from what I've heard, they've totally overhauled that system, and it's much easier to get things done nowadays. But still, I can't go back. I'm too busy with Shrouded anyway. So,
all right. Well, we've covered everything. There's no animals once again in the TWID.
I did want to say, we'll talk about this marathon thing really quickly.
Okay.
Just because this isn't even Jason Schreier's article; it's somebody else's article, but it references Jason Schreier. It says Bloomberg's Jason Schreier shares a troubling outlook on Bungie's marathon, describing the studio sentiment as not great amid recent layoffs, project cancellations. Concerns are growing about the game's future. Okay, so I did find this a little clickbaity because the title of it is "Sentiment Around Bungie's Marathon Not Great," says Jason Schreier. But if you read into the article, basically it says they're concerned that they're not going to be able to ship it in 2025. And that's what the sentiment not being great is. Not that the game absolutely sucks or anything like that, just that it might not be done.
Yeah, well, here's the problem, though, right? How many articles have mentioned Marathon, but they've had a positive spin in just the headline? Have come out recently or since the game started?
There's never been a positive spin on a Marathon headline.
Right. I feel like this game is doomed just because of popular sentiment that headlines are generating, right? Doesn't matter how good the game actually is. It doesn't matter how good a lot of things are. If they get shit on in the media or in social media enough, people are just going to assume they're bad and aren't ever going to give them a fucking try. So Marathon's starting to tread into that territory for me where everything is overwhelmingly negative that you read about it. If you don't dig into the articles and get to the actual points that people are trying to make. So I worry that the game's not even going to get a chance,
Even if it's amazing.
even if it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Well,
have been plenty of games out there that were really, truly excellent and didn't get a shot because of either bad press or when they released. Like Titanfall 2 is probably one of the best shooters that's ever been made, but it got wedged between two major AAA releases, one of which being Call of Duty, and so it just disappeared. It was a management problem and a press problem, not a game problem. And I worry that Marathon's going to suffer that same thing. I have a hard time thinking that Destiny's going to put out a shooter, or Bungie's going to put out a shooter that's bad, because they have the technology to make very good shooters. Destiny today is still one of the best feeling shooters out there. So if they have that feeling at Marathon, I think it's going to be great, but it's not going to matter if nobody's playing. How are you going to play an extraction shooter if there ain't anybody playing the fucking game?
There'll be AI. Can't wait. Extraction shooter versus AI. I say that like it's a terrible idea, but Division did it, and it's actually quite fun. But anyway, yeah, no, I agree with that aspect. I was going to say something, but I forget. Oh, when I saw this article on Twitter, if you go through the comments, it's a perfect thing of what you say. People turn against it before even reading a thing. The comments where this article is posted, it's literally just full of people blaming the fact that the sentiment is not good on the fact that it's a hero shooter. They're all literally like, if you change it from a hero shooter, everything will be good. Everything will be fine. They don't mention that shit. They don't mention the fact that they're not excited for the game. They don't have bad sentiment because it looks bad or it's terrible. It's just, they lost some people and they don't think they might be able to finish it in time. That's the sentiment. Like, read articles before commenting, though.
Yeah, the hero shooter thing, like saying that's gonna make it bad. I think that's Overwatch tax. Obviously, everyone likes to hate on Overwatch, even if it's not really that well handled or it's not the best game. And like people take that sentiment and then just apply it to anything hero based. Like, that's what I see it as sometimes. I've read some stuff about Marathon. I think I'm just not optimistic for it because of how like all the upper stuff is being handled with like business and whatnot, and like the Bungie stuff. I don't know anything really about the game, so I can't really speak for that. But I'm just not too optimistic on like the ceiling of the quality. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hopeful, but I don't really see it going that well with what's going on right now.
I used to be on the hate that this is a hero shooter crowd, but then after a little introspection and trying to form a more solid opinion, I'm like, Destiny is a fucking hero shooter. There's a limited power set. Doesn't matter that they're classes. The hero I'm playing right now is Hunter or Titan or Warlock. It's the same shit. It just means I have a bunch of abilities. I'm not limited to like 4 abilities like typical hero shooters.
For people who play hundreds and thousands of hours of a hero shooter, they sure fucking hate a hero extraction shooter for some reason. Just because our Hunter doesn't have a name doesn't mean hot take, Destiny fans. Just because your Hunter doesn't have a name doesn't mean a Hunter is not a hero. Dumbass. Because their name's not Mercy or fucking... That's the only character from Overwatch I know.
Oh, I wonder why.
I actually don't know. Everybody always talks about her. Is she hot?
You answer that, Wrecked.
I just assumed that's why you...
Are you attracted to pixels, Greener? I guess that's the first question.
You know what I mean, though. Yes, like I'm not physically attracted to them, but I can tell when they would be an attractive person if they were real.
Mercy doesn't have an incredible amount of fan service for Overwatch characters.
What?
The fans create that fan service for the most part.
Okay, I see. All right. Well, either way, doesn't matter. She just probably seems to the most talked about of all the characters. Probably why I know her name, I would imagine. Is that inaccurate?
It's somewhat accurate.
Wait, there's someone called Tracer too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
She's
all right, I know 2 characters. She's the what?
Good job.
She was the box art for Overwatch 1. So.
Oh, I think I know who that is then. All right, nailed it. All right. Somebody in chat said Rule 34. Oh yeah, there is a lot of Overwatch porn, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird. That's so
I
fucking weird.
I suspect if you were to go look at Rule 34 and put in the various female Overwatch characters, Mercy would probably be in the top 3, but she wouldn't be the top 1.
Wait,
I
how
would
many
guess.
female characters are in Overwatch?
Quite a
bunch.
lot.
Okay. I don't
They
know how
just
many
added
heroes are
another
in it. I never played Overwatch 1
Yeah,
or
they'll
2.
be adding one on the 20th when the new content drops. So.
Ooh, a new hero. Is that exciting for people, or do they just? I knew there was a lot of hate against Overwatch when they dropped the PvE campaign and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, people don't like it when companies lie to you to sell a bunch of copies of the game. When then it comes out that they full well knew they were lying to you when they sold you the game, that this shit was never ever going to come out. Yeah, people hate that shit for sure.
Did that actually happen that way?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
Like,
They
it
knew.
was
There's
was
proof that they
promoted,
knew that they
like,
weren't going to do
They
it.
said so.
a heavy
It's-
selling point of 2 was like the PvE campaign. They did a whole
Yeah.
bunch of previews for it before it came out, and then when it came out, there's like, oh well, we couldn't deliver it on time. Something company, because that's around the time like the Activision Blizzard stuff happened or something.
Okay.
But like, yeah, so they couldn't get that shit out for like a year, and then people were pissed when 2 dropped. And also that with the like having to migrate your skins to Overwatch 2, which took like hours. Which
It was just last year. They in an interview they admitted that they knew within weeks of the launch of Overwatch 2 that they were never going to do the PvE. And
Oh,
they
okay,
just
but
strung
not
it-
during the
They
marketing
just strung
campaign.
people
Okay.
along for months afterwards.
I
Why would they
love
ever
lying.
admit? Why would they ever admit that?
I have no idea, but that that article came out, that was the day I stopped playing Overwatch because I was so pissed off.
Yeah, I find you get mad about stuff though a lot.
I do.
I wouldn't care at all. I'd be like, whatever. I'm playing this game for the multiplayer anyway.
Yeah, I didn't care because by that time I stopped playing Overwatch 2.
Thankfully, Marvel Rivals is going to come out soon, and I'll just rotate onto that because
Yeah,
What the fuck is that?
It looks fun. It's essentially sort of the same thing, but obviously with Marvel characters. My friend
Oh,
is a big
yeah,
Marvel
never
head,
mind.
and he's
I
been
heard about
hyping it up.
Anyone playing Concord?
No, the art
Playing
style
what?
in Concord is horrific.
The hell's Concord?
It's the
It's a
P-
hero shooter
it's
that
the new
Sony put out.
PlayStation Overwatch.
It's not Overwatch. It doesn't have any of the style.
Oh my god, stop! But it's a hero shooter, multiplayer hero shooter. It's
It's
Sony's
a hero,
Overwatch.
it's a hero shooter that looks like ass.
Okay, I get it. You don't like the art style. That's not what I was asking about. I could care less if the art style is good, if the gameplay is fun.
Yeah, I just watched the trailer. I'm not particularly moved.
Okay, that's fine. I was just curious. I'm not gonna play it either.
No, neither is anybody else.
Poor Sony. Having a rough go. Concord was on. If you had watched that whole thing, Matt, that whole Sony investors call, you would have heard about Concord.
I'm not
would've-
sitting through an hour of that. Like, hello?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't expect anybody to sit through an hour of that for a fucking podcast that gets 100 views. But yeah, they popped that up as a upcoming release, along with the PC port of God of War Ragnarok and something else in between. I can't remember. Something between now and September. Some game. Yeah, whatever.
Some
Doesn't matter.
very memorable game that you're clearly very excited about.
Oh, it's the Astrobot game. Never mind. I am. Yeah, those games are fun as fuck. The one that
It
was
does look
bundled
like
with
a fun game.
the one that was bundled with the PS5 was awesome, and it used the controls, like the haptic controls of that controller, better than any game that's come out since. Obviously, because it was bundled with the PlayStation. So I have huge faith in this. This is gonna be that game's gonna be a fun as fuck platformer. If you like platformers. If you don't like platformers, like you don't play Mario, then who gives a shit? Like the game's not for you. But I love that stuff. That's super good. I can't wait to play it. All right. Let's we're done. You want to plug anything?
Let's talk about Clan Wars real quick. I have the results for the first week. So
Ooh! What was that?
Hmm?
I thought you said you were going to be a good officer now. What the fuck?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You can't roll your eyes when we.
I didn't roll my eyes.
event.
What is this allegation? Hello?
Oh my god, it's recorded. You
listen,
fool. I'll go back and look.
He is on the record as being a not Clan Wars enjoyer. All right,
Whoa!
and it's fine. It's fine. I've had this conversation.
Enjoy it.
I've had this conversation with Matt before, and I understand where he's coming from, and his opinion is perfectly valid.
Understanding something doesn't mean it's right.
Well, listen.
All right. Go ahead. Tell us.
Half the community doesn't give a shit about Clan Wars. Period. So
it's more than half.
We can start with that. All right.
Let's be clear. It's probably like 80%. Don't give a shit.
All right. Well, listen. Our top 10 currently is going to be Legion with 9 Clan Wars points, Knights with 10, Devils with 10, Apex with 10, Wolves with 11, Spartans with 11, Phoenix with 11, and then our top 3 is 7 with 12 points, Celestials with 17 points, and Bastion with 22 points.
Fuck, we're not even top 10.
We're not even top 10, Matt?
You're not even top 15, Souls.
That's insane.
Wait, what were all the points based on? So
based off percentage
10%,
of the clan,
Twitch
every
attendance.
full 10% of your clan that attended a stream got you a point. Every full 10% that got above the SGC Community Player of the Week point.
Oh, that's what killed
got
us.
you a point. Every full 10% of your clan that was actually active in Discord got you a point. Souls is at 30%, by the way. And every 10% of your clan that participated in the challenge for the week got yourself a point. And as is expected, Bastion swept everything. You
can't let them win again, guys. Come on.
It is. So,
man, I just need
honorable mention to Squeakers and Guardians, who both have 0 Clan Wars points at all.
And,
to be fair, out of my 4 years in the SGC, I've seen a grand total of 2 Squeakers members play Destiny. So,
well, to be fair, I see their stats every week, and more of them actually play Destiny, and they do play with each other. Even though they don't talk in our Discord, they must have another Discord that they talk in, because they get Community Player of the Week points, but there's only like 5 of them that do it. So it must be the same group, and they constantly play with each other, and they have their own chat room somewhere. But anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, cool. That was fun. Man, that sucks. We were 2nd or 3rd last Clan Wars. We need to at least keep up that legacy. Like, we might not win because Bastion is just too much of a tank to fucking deal with. Is there prizes for 2nd and 3rd place?
Is it too early to start making cheating allegations?
Yes.
I mean, if you want to make them as jokes, go right ahead.
No, don't do it until 2025, please.
You want to slide into my DMs with some actual allegations? I mean, that would probably go a different way.
Don't at all. Listen, every time we always lose good members of the community during every fucking Clan Wars because people can't lose without whining. I don't even want it as a fucking joke anymore.
Man,
don't do it.
This time it's been great. We went a whole week without a single complaint. The last Clan Wars, Fallacy was in my DMs literally on the 2nd day.
Yeah,
that guy's a character,
and he still couldn't win. I'm legally obligated to retire when it's over. Saying that if you retire, I'm just gonna go hang myself in my garage.
I agree. We can't lose this guy.
No.
What? I can't hang myself in my garage? What the fuck, dude?
I think we just got monetized or demonetized.
Well, you said it first.
I did say it. I never
said you meant in Minecraft, right?
Yeah, in Minecraft, but like in Destiny 2 as well. So like there's layers.
So in Roblox.
Yeah.
I bet there's a mod for that.
There's a mod for that? I hope so.
Now he's looking. Roblox mods.
I don't know about that, bro. I'm trying to buy some V-Bucks, bro.
Old man looks up Roblox mods. This is a Chris Hansen story in the making.
Who's Chris Hansen?
Greener. Lots of old men play Roblox because they're looking to have sexual relations with children. Come on. If I have to explain the joke, it's no longer funny. It's just sad.
But I didn't know who Chris Hansen was, so like there was
Hi,
no
I'm Chris
context
Hansen,
for
To Catch a Predator, one of
no
the most
context.
highly watched news documentary type shows that has ever aired in the States and probably the rest of the world too.
Okay, sorry that I don't watch child predator TV shows.
Hi, I'm Chris Hansen.
I see that guy on
Pedophile just
Twitch
looking
that
at him
keep-
with the deers in the headlight look on his face like, oh no, I'm about to get bum rushed by police the moment I walk out this door.
I don't understand that concept anyway.
That's good.
Anyway,
You're not a
I didn't know
pedophile.
his name. I apologize. So I didn't have any context for that at all. So
Okay, that's fine. That's good. That's good.
but also I'm gonna make sure there's no Roblox on my computer. My son used to play it on here, so let me go ahead and delete that.
I'm sure it's a meme, but
Yeah, I know.
God, I hope it's a meme.
It's probably not.
I don't
It's
think it's a
absolute-
meme.
Yeah,
You
it's
hope it's a meme?
No, I think there are creepy people that are looking to contact kids while playing Roblox. I think that
There's
it
creepy
absolutely
people
happens.
everywhere.
Yeah. Many
But
such
anyway,
cases. Many such cases.
What a great way to end the show. Did you do the drawings for the week?
Oh no, I totally forgot.
All right, you can do that in the after show. Smile.
Yeah.
Why don't we
we'll
wrap
just-
this thing up and let everybody get out of here?
All right, just for everybody that's watching, normally we do the draws for the silver at the beginning of the show, and I forgot. So I'm going to draw them after we're done the recording, and they're going to be in the description below on YouTube and or any podcasting service where you get this. So go check out to see if you won down there, and that's about it.
We're definitely going to be demonetized because we said pedo like 40,000 times. So people in the audience right now, please go like this video once it's posted.
Isn't that's a really in thing right now? Everyone talking about Ava, what's her Tyson and Dr. Disrespect, right?
Yeah, but they don't use certain terms because
Oh right, it's
the
a
YouTube
PDF
algorithm
file. Fucking idiots.
will bury your video in the algorithm and won't serve it to anybody.
Yeah. Everybody starts talking about fucking Adobe Acrobat nowadays instead of using the actual terms because they're cowards.
All right,
And,
say goodbye, Greener. Let's go.
Oh, fine. I wanted to go on a rant about how people care more about monetization than actually getting the news.
Say goodbye, Greener. You know what?
Fucking
Goodbye,
losers.
everybody. Thanks for
Pieces of
listening
shit.
to This
All right,
Week in
no.
Shrouded, episode 73.
It's 74, idiot.
74, idiot.
No. I want to say real quick first, if you play Destiny and somehow you made it to the end of this podcast and you're not in Shrouded, you should come check us out, shroudedgaming.com/Discord. Pop into our Discord. That'll take you right into our Discord. Come join us. 25 clans. We're awesome all around the world. We do lots of things, activities, fun stuff. Some people suck, but we try to kick them out. So if you suck, don't come.
Alrighty.
Oh my God.
Say goodbye,
I'm
Greener.
sorry. That's so funny. Would you stop trying to kick me out of here? I can edit all that out. All right, we're good.
Yeah, sure.
I don't actually edit the podcast, so it's whatever. Anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching episode 74 of This Week at Shrouded. I was your host, AGreener. This is Mister Wrecked, and good kid, MattCity, on his first appearance at the show. I think he did a great job, everybody. Make sure to comment in the chat how good a job you think Matt did the first time on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
All
right, we're out.
Bye.